Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the BeerDad and Brew podcast. As always, I'm your host, the BeerDad himself, Justin Allen, and I am joined right here by my co-host, Mr. Tons and Kettles. Hey, what are you doing?
What's
Brando.
going on, everybody?
Brandon Gray, everybody. The incomparable Brandon Gray.
Rocking some traditional German garb.
Yes, and as always, we have a spot designated here at the table for Mr. Joshua Kunkel, the Brewed man. I know you're here in spirit. You've actually graced this place once before because on our 1-year anniversary episode, Joshua Kunkel procured nothing but Enegren.
That's right.
And we enjoyed that on our 1-year anniversary. And we're here now again after we celebrated our 2-year anniversary. We are here at Enegren Brewing in Moorpark, California, enjoying some amazing beers, Brando. What have we had so far?
So far, myself, I had the Cascade Pils, which is a hopped Pils, German-style Pilsner with Cascade hops.
Okay.
And then I'm now enjoying a Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest Ale is a traditional German beer that comes out around this time of year, September, to celebrate fall and Oktoberfest. I think, Jess, you had the same beers, right? In different orders.
I did it backwards because I started with Oktoberfest and then I went to the Cascade Pils. And now we got a bunch of beer in front of us in a flight that we are going to enjoy and try to have for the show. So I'm excited for this. But we're here finally at Enegren. So really quick, got to do our shameless plug. The BeerDad and Brew podcast brought to you by the Craft Lounge, Beaumont, California, just north of the 10 freeway. The elite and number one craft beer and bottle shop in all the land. Beaumont, California, very easy to find. Go in there, go see Jimmy.
That's right.
If you can find Nico, go see Nico.
That's right.
And say, what's up from the BeerDad and Brew podcast. Tell him the BeerDad sent you. Tell him Tons and Kettles sent you.
That's right.
And, yes, enjoy all the amazing beers. And if you want to try some Enegren, which you're going to hear about today, Enegren Brewing, definitely go into the Craft Lounge because proudly carried by the Craft Lounge is Enegren Brewing. Right, Brandon?
That is correct. Enegren Brewing is distributed by, in our spot, is distributed by Classic. Shout out to our buddy Aaron. That's our homie. And
thank you, Aaron, for
so.
bringing the Enegren love to the Beaumonts.
Total love. Like, seriously, we're here at the tap room here. We told them we have the Jimmy got a case of the Zenfest, and they went bonkers because they were like, how the hell did he get, Zenfest? That's because Aaron hooks us up for sure.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing. All of their beer is so good, so good.
Absolutely. All right, so Enegren Brewing, this is, as far as Southern California goes brewing-wise, one of the closest things you're going to get to authentic German beer. I don't say I would be an expert, Brandon, but I do have a little knowledge on the German beers only because I've actually been to Germany and enjoyed beer brewed at the Oktoberfest, and as well as the Holy Mountain, the Yandex, which was one of my favorite experiences. I might talk about that here in a little bit later. We're going to kind of dub this the Oktoberfest episode, even though we're not going to get too crazy. Well,
I might.
Speak for yourselves, because Mr. Tons and Kettles Home Brewing is literally, you guys are going to see pictures. From soup to nuts, and I mean it, soup to nuts. He is dressed the part for Oktoberfest. Currently, right now, he is wearing his, as he calls it, lederhosen, but it's a lederhosen.
The lederhosen, yeah.
He's got the full garb on, and he looks the part here at Enegren Brewing. Absolutely looks the part. So
I'm the only one dressed like this here, and it's pretty cool to like see how no one really cares, because I'm sure that the staff and the owners or whatnot, the brewers and stuff, they probably rock lederhosens, regularly. Lederhosens. I don't want to get in trouble for saying Leverwiesen. I'm afraid that's like sacrilege, right?
We're going to ask our German friends what Leverwiesen. Leverwiesen. What that means.
It's a style of wheat beer that the dry hop with levers.
Lever, like and fiber beans.
Weevils. Levers, like like a pull a lever.
Oh, levers. Okay. Well, at any rate, Brandon's dressed for the part. It is not Halloween yet.
And it's kind of hot out here too, so
It is
pretty.
warm.
It's pretty uncomfortable in this right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's just say that the Fromunda is going to be growing right now.
Yeah, my body feels like a hot pocket for real, dude. In this freaking leather hot pocket.
Currently, right now, you are a leather hot pocket.
Yeah. And in Germany, so this would be like a schnitzel hot pocket, or like a
Schnitzel hot pocket.
or like a bratwurst filled hot pocket. I don't know.
I feel like there's so much
Patsy or
innuendo
something?
that goes into a lot of the German foods and stuff that they have.
Oh, for sure.
Or is
Well,
it just because Americans are dirty?
exactly. And yeah, for example, like on the wall, I didn't even notice this, but me and Justin took a photo when we got here, and he pointed out that back behind us there's a on the board there's a little advertisement for an event they're having. The event is a sausage party.
Yes, and it happened to be right behind us when we took that photo, that
Yeah.
selfie together. So stay
Yeah.
tuned for that picture.
Yeah. So
So
those
sausage
types
party.
of innuendos, I guess. I don't know if that's really like a German innuendo. No, that's more like an American thing. But
Something like that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
either way, there's gonna be sausages around, and it's a party.
There you go. So for those of you not familiar with where Enegren Brewing's at, it's in Moorpark, California, which Brandon and I found to be in between, say, Pasadena and Ventura.
Right.
Is that sounds about directionally right?
I think that's about right. It's halfway in between the giant smiley face on the mountain.
Well, that was almost here.
Yeah, actually.
When you see the giant smiley face, you know you're almost in Moorpark. Because you're coming down the 118?
Yeah.
So when you come down the 118, you're going to see a giant smiley face up on the hill.
Yeah, it's like burnt onto the hill or something. I don't even know.
And then that's how you know that you're almost there, right?
Yeah.
We saw it and we're like, hey, we're almost there. That's awesome. So
It's super distracting, though, honestly. I feel like there's going to be some smiley face related incidents.
So, little story, Brandon and I did a little carpool, and we, kind of, what would you call that? Caravan.
Yeah.
He was following me, and as soon as I saw it, I was about to say something. He was about to say something. We're like, because it jumps out at you like crazy. You're like driving, typical freeway, like he said, it kind of looks like Arizona when you're coming down the 118. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a giant smiley face like burnt into the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And, I guess that means that they're happy here in Moorpark, California.
Maybe that was like Pleasantville or something. I don't know, like Happy Town or shit. I don't know. Honestly, it just
Won't you get down to Happy Town?
Happy Town. Yeah, dude. Seriously, it was pretty cool. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by it. Just a fucking smiley face on the side of the hill, like.
It was random.
But I liked it.
You don't see a giant happy face driving down the freeway very often unless you come to Moorpark, California.
That's right. I'm gonna create a giant frown face in Beaumont on the hillside somewhere.
Or maybe like a doob hanging out of his mouth.
like with the wavy like Nirvana, smiley face.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Or the dazed and confused smiley face. Remember that one?
Yeah, with like the squinted eyes.
Squinted eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, seriously.
Squiggly happy face.
Squiggly face. Yeah. That's what we all look like after we leave the craft lounge sometimes. With squiggle faces.
Yeah, especially after the other night. Shout out to the Craft Lounge and Twisted Horn Meadery.
That's right.
Had a tap takeover over there.
Our
Was
buddy
not
Jerry.
able to attend, but Jerry was there. Jerry's a great guy.
He's the
shout
rep
out to
for,
Jerry. Very
Twisted Horn.
supportive of the show. Donated to the Kunkel Fest.
That's right.
So shout out to Jerry. But success. Jimmy, I know you're listening to this episode or will be listening to this episode. We miss you, buddy.
That's right.
You can't take
Cheers,
Jimmy on
dude.
the road, so we go on the road and bring Jimmy in spirit.
That's right.
So, yeah. But anyways, let's talk about some of the beers we're going to be drinking here at Enegren Brewing, because we have a nice little lineup that they set up for us today. We are going to be having the lightest one, which is one of our favorites, right, Brandon?
That's correct. I mentioned to the bartenders earlier that I think we've enjoyed enough Enegren, the lightest one, to probably sink a small ship.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that maybe Jimmy, because he does too. Well, when we're all there, that's usually what we're drinking.
Right.
Possibly that, well, He probably doesn't make any money on the lightest one at all because it's all drank by us and himself included.
That's true.
So, but it is damn good, damn delicious. If it's a hot day and you want that nice, crisp, fresh lager, you got to have the lagerist one. Hey, that might be a good name, the lagerist one. But it's the lightest one.
The lagerist of all.
The lagerist. There can only be one lager.
That's pretty great, actually. Full lager. Like
go full throttle.
Go full lagered.
Full lager.
You're full lager.
I love it.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we're going to have the lightest one. Let's see. What else we got? What do we got? Number 2. So, Letny Fest. So, what is that?
So that one is a Czech-style Pilsner.
Oh, the Czech. We were just talking about that, actually, on the way over here. Jeremiah, shout out, buddy, the King's Brewmaster, was drinking some Czech Pils out in Denver that looked amazing. So we'll see how that is. So we're going to go lightest one to some Czech Pils. And then, one of the BeerDad's personal favorites that was also enjoyed, I believe, on our 1-year anniversary episode. This is the and actually the funniest thing about this, and I was telling Chris earlier up at the bar, when I had it, I told Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, this is the greatest lawnmower beer. And he started laughing. He's like, did you look at the can?
It's got little lawnmowers all over it.
And I was like, no, I didn't see them. Because, it blends in. It almost looks like just like the design
patterns
of the
or
can.
whatever, yeah.
And so I look at it, I'm like, son of a bitch. There's lawnmowers on there.
Right, because it's a Rassenmauer beer. That's how it's
If anything
pronounced.
is one beer that is the BeerDad beer here at Enegren, it is going to be the Rassenmauer beer because it's a lawnmower beer. It's very delicious. It's a wheat. I get the wheat forward. I don't know about you, but it's so easy drinking, so smooth, damn good beer. And I like just about everything at Enegren, but that's one of my go-tos. That and the lightest one.
It's definitely a Leverwiesen style ale. No, but all jokes aside, it is actually a fantastic, very kind of like Crystal Weissen, kind of style beer. But the cool thing about it is the Mandarina Bavaria hops. Mandarina Bavaria hops is really cool. That's included. Adds a really nice, cool, soft, like floral, citrusy like characteristic. Super cool.
Absolutely. So the next beer on the lineup that we're going to have is the Oktoberfest, which you're already drinking on. I already had.
Yeah.
But look at that color.
It's if I were to describe it, it's like a light copper, kind of like, I don't know, like a burnt.
Does it scream Marzen to you?
It does. It totally does. It screams. It screams. Chug me.
It makes you want to put your lederhosen on and say Prost and Ziggy Zaggy. Yeah,
that's right. Shout out to everybody at I think it was like 2016 Big Bear Oktoberfest that had to listen to me say that like 1 million times.
Ziggy Zaggy.
Ziggy Zaggy. They got so
oi, oi, oi.
in the bathrooms. We were like yelling it out. Ziggy Zaggy Ziggy, and the guy pissing was like oi oi oi. And then
You know what's funny? We all know that, right? Because we watched the Man Show. It was something part of our, like early adulthood. Girls jumping on trampolines and Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla. It was just madness.
The kid selling beer on the corner.
Kid selling beer, and he had like a foul mouth on him.
Yeah.
That was a great show. But there's the guy at the end, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
When he would do the Ziggy Zaggy, and that dude could out-chug anybody. I challenge anybody in the world. I know he's no longer with us.
Right.
But anybody in the world to chug as fast as that guy, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But, yeah, when I see this, I just picture that dude with his little sailor hat on. Ziggy Zaggy, oi, oi, oi. And just, man, down goes that whole liter of beer in a second. Like one gulp.
That was before CGI
Insane.
and stuff.
There was nothing fake about it. Like that dude he had an esophagus that just opened wide up and down the hatch.
That was it. It was unnatural.
No, yeah, you're right. Very, very unnatural.
Right.
So,
Moving on.
So the fifth beer that we're going to be trying today is going to be the Nighthawk. Yes, the Nighthawk, which 2018 Great American Beer Fest winner, the Nighthawk.
Bronze medal. That's correct.
Shout out to Enegren on that one. GABF. you're talking thousands and thousands of breweries that enter their beers, because there's craft breweries all over the country. But to medal at that thing is definitely a prestigious moment for any brewery and for any brewer to, feel proud about their work. So good job on that. I've had Nighthawk before. It's an amazing beer. I love it. And
last but not least,
something that's really nice and really special that we're able to have here on the show is the Brew Crew Special. Tell us about that, Brando.
So the Brew Crew Special is like a rotating special beer that they do, very limited, and this one in particular is a Simcoe hop pale ale, which I was informed that is most of the hops are utilized during the boiling process, and there's very little dry hop. It has really cool crisp characteristics. The hop profile is very clean, very low in bitterness.
Yeah,
just very expressive. You get all the very nice like Simcoe notes, that nice kind of like, how do you describe that Simcoe? It's kind of like that, like dank, almost like you just left a bag of weed out in the sun for a while. That's kind of what I get from it sometimes.
Yeah, it just gives you that funk.
Very like funkish, but that dank,
in a good way.
Though, that dank, nice.
In a good way, the kind that like, just actually, my mother-in-law was just talking about this the other day. But it gives you that, like on the back of your jaws, where it makes you start salivating.
Right.
And I don't know. She went into this whole scientific explanation of like digestion and stuff like that. But that's what it does for me. It basically opens up and makes you salivate, makes your taste buds like so much more aware.
Right.
So if you've never had a beer like that, definitely recommend it just for the experience alone.
Right. It's very floral, green, has a very like dense citrus characteristic too. It's very, very
Absolutely.
cool.
A lot.
Yeah, I really like that beer. We got a taster when we first came. And like when we first got here, and it like blew me away. It's very good.
It blew him away.
Damn it! I knew you were gonna do something. I knew you were gonna say something. Like
17 minutes in, and we are already there.
Yeah, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to. Well.
Did you do like one of those?
I looked at myself in the mirror with the Leverwesen on. I was like, listen. You're going to be a good boy today. You're not going to say crazy stuff like butt chug, all right?
Well, I mean, you can't butt chug in that thing.
No. Oh, hell no. Not unless
it's not going to work.
Unless I like cut myself like a porthole.
Or the trap door, like on the jammies.
Oh, the little butt flap?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to make those. They need a front flap.
In the back.
They definitely need that because... well, yeah, front and back, because if you're ever at Oktoberfest, my God, do you drink a lot. Those things are liters, Brandon, liters, 1 liter of beer, and let me tell you, they hit you like crazy because you're having one whole full liter, and you are...
feeling it.
I mean, your bladder's only so big.
Right.
How many liters can a bladder hold?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. If anybody can tell us.
Siri could.
How many liters can a
Hey, Siri.
hold?
Siri doesn't want to listen to me when she's plugged in, so we're just going to have to do it the old school way, like the old Google.
Sorry.
How many liters?
I can't fit anything in these, the Leverwesen pockets are way too tight, so I don't have my phone in my pocket.
All right, the age-old question of how many liters can a bladder hold. You ready? According to Google, a healthy bladder can hold 1.5 to 2 cups of urine or wee during the day and about 4 cups, 800 milliliters at night. It is normal to pass urine 5 or 6 times a day if you drink between 6 and 8 glasses of fluid. Thank you, Google.
Thank you.
I feel like that's wrong because I had 7 liters before I had to go to the bathroom.
Well, that means that you either have a abnormally large bladder or your bladder was extremely stretched and your brain wasn't telling your body to let you know that your bladder was stretched the fuck out.
My brain was telling my body because let me tell you, I was hurting looking for that damn water closet in Germany. Right? We found it out. Okay, well, what the hell? Like, where's the bathroom? And you saw signs that said water closet and put 2 and 2 together. There you go.
You're like, oh, what? Water closet.
Yeah. Oh. But... dude, let me tell you,
water in there.
After 7 liters of beer and you can't find one, when you finally find one, let me tell you, it's like Mount Vesuvius, my friends.
Speaking of mounts, the bartender was telling us he was there the same year that Justin was at Oktoberfest. It's 2009? 18.
Yeah.
2018.
Small world, right?
Yeah. And they said that there's such a thing called Throw Up Mountain, he said. And
Throw Up Mountain.
Like,
seen it, smelled it.
yeah, like I want to call it Yak Mountain. I think like that's a cool thing to call
That'd be
it.
a better name.
Yak Mountain. And so anyway, Yak Mountain, I guess you like hang out around it and like you meet up with your pals, but also when you've had too much or whatever it is, like too many sausages or too many whatevers, beers or whatever, you go there to Yak and you just casually throw up on this hill.
Absolutely.
And it's all kosher, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's a rite of passage amongst young men and women to go to Oktoberfest and drink exorbitant amounts of liquid deliciousness, as well as their fair share of brats and schnitzels. Right. And let me tell you something, those pretzels are freaking awesome. But yeah, and they there's a lot of puke going on. In fact, if we can find it, there's a great video of Uncle Craig, Mr. Craig, on the way out, not barfing, but there's a guy that needed to be carried out, and Mr. Craig is he's like a superhero. He literally carried this dude out of Oktoberfest, had no clue who he was. I don't even think he spoke any English.
That's very nice.
But he carried him out of the Oktoberfest, and there's video of him doing that. So shout out, Mr. Craig. Bearded Beaverman Brew House, Hollister, Missouri. Hope you're doing well. Just fought the COVIDs, came back from the COVIDs, and he's back in the game as we talked to him on our last episode.
That's right. And he was enjoying a beer with his buddy Wayne.
Good old Wayne. Sometimes I question, though, with Wayne is whether or not he has his clothes on or not. That's the question.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure, because we just saw a video from the waist up, so we didn't know if he was wearing pants or not. It's the age-old question we always have.
That's the question that's been going on during this whole pandemic with all these businesses and schools and everything doing these virtual meetings, classes, etc., is whether or not the person that you're seeing on the screen, are they wearing pants or not?
Yeah. This whole thing, you don't know, like, back behind the mask, like, what the face looks like, and then you don't know with, like, all the Zoom stuff. You don't know if there's pants or whatever. It's just all these terrible questions that are just never answered. It's just a wild place.
Very wild place, wild time. Everything is just wild, as you say.
But you know what? We're all keeping our heads up, and we're getting through it together.
And we're still drinking beer, and that's the most important thing, because we have supported so many breweries during this pandemic, and we wanted to, because these breweries definitely, they went through a struggle, and we talked about it. There's a lot of breweries that actually grew during the pandemic, which was a hard thing to do, and we lost a couple of our friends too during the pandemic, where they weren't able to keep their businesses, which was unfortunate. But it's definitely been an uphill battle for all these breweries. And again, the show, that's what we're all about, is we continue to support craft brewing and home brewing to spread the word. I mean,
that's right.
There's going to be listeners of this show that have never heard of Enegren Brewing until they listen to the show, and they're going to be like, wow, that sounds fucking awesome. I'm going to go out to Moorpark, California. I'm going to have some Enegren Brewing.
Right. Like, spread the word of, good beer, science, art, camaraderie, overall just taking care of one another and just having a good time and being kind to one another.
And don't forget the sausage parties.
And don't forget to show up to the sausage party on 9/22 here at Enegren.
9/22 Sausage Party, Moorpark, California.
That's right.
Do not miss out. Also, September 25, and what's the other one? 26? I'm looking at that sign over there. Is that 26? I think it's 26.
Oh, yeah, for the
Oktoberfest. If you want one of the most legit Oktoberfests that you're ever going to go to, definitely come down to Enegren Brewing, because, we just drank the Oktoberfest beer, and they're going to have a fest beer as well, which I've been following on Instagram.
I had it last year, and it was fantastic. I had it over at Bottlecraft at Liberty Station in San Diego.
Ooh.
It was really, really good.
Nice. So definitely come down for those events coming up very shortly, because today's date that we're recording on, we're only, 10-ish days away from those events coming up. So by the time this episode posts, it'll be right around the corner. So check out Enegren. Make the trip up here to Moorpark. It's not too far.
Oh.
Like we said, it's in between Santa. What did I say? San Dimas and Ventura.
Or Pasadena, Ventura.
Pasadena, Ventura. Yeah, something like that.
It's about the.
Just not Santa Ana. I was going to say Santa
Yeah.
Ana. That's way
That's
down
way
in
off.
Orange County. Yeah, totally different. So, well, we've been yakking for 25 minutes. Can we taste some beer? Is that okay with you?
I think that. Are you kidding me, man? If you see, y'all see what I look like right now? I'm like ready to get into this.
He was born already.
I was born to chug.
Butt chug.
No, not the butt. Oh man.
Well, not in those pants or not.
Well, not in these. Yeah, chugging. You could chug from all sorts of different places. But anyway,
All right.
that was too funny. I cracked myself.
First things first is the lightest one, just to get started. This is one of our favorites. This is so easy drinking. Just a nice, light, crispy boy. That is, right now I'm looking at the glass, and it is super clear. Beautiful color on here. Just that slight hue of golden color that you want to see in this type of beer. Here I go. God damn. You know, this is the first time that I've had the lightest one at Enegren from the tap. We've had it on the tap at Craft Lounge. Still delicious. What do you think there, Brandon?
So it's really cool, like getting to try this beer on tap here. And sometimes, when you try beer, in package form, and then you try it at the tap room, sometimes it tastes completely different. Sometimes it tastes the same. I feel like this beer seriously tastes the same as if you have it out of a can, if you drink it out of a keg, or you have it fresh from the source here. I think that it's so spot on and well made, and they do a really good job with their packaging. I think they kill it, totally kill it. It's amazing. One of the instances that I've had where the beer tastes completely different, and actually for the better when I had it at the tap room, I'm a big fan of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So I got to drink Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in Chico, and it was freaking insane. It's mind-blowing on tap. So some breweries, there's that contrast. But as far as this brewery goes, everything is spot on, whether you're drinking it, wherever you're at. It's like, from the can, from the keg, whatever. It's all killer.
I like that.
I'm just very happy to be here. I feel very enthusiastic. It's like the happy place.
I don't blame you. I mean, this is it is, because this is beer that we've loved thanks to Jimmy at the Craft Lounge, and I really got to thank Josh, our dearly departed Joshua Kunkel. God, I miss that dude.
I know, man. I miss him too.
All right, don't let me cry.
It's all right.
But anyways, if it wasn't for Josh going, oh, hey man, have you had Enegren? Just like that.
Yep.
Sounds just like him.
That's right.
And no, man, what's Enegren? And he's like, well, you love German beer, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, this is a cool brewery Jimmy carries, and they make nothing but German-style beers. And I was like, well, really? He's like, yeah, I got a few of them. And so we had some. And, of course, then when I figured that out, I went to the Craft Lounge, and that's when I saw the lightest one on tap. And that was the end game right there. That was a good night. I don't remember what episode that was that we recorded that night, but delicious. And then, of course, like I said, Joshua, for our 1 year anniversary, it was at a hotel out in Glendale, and he came out, and we recorded an episode in the suite with nothing but Enegren beer.
It's awesome.
It was really cool. So always loved this brewery. So it's really nice to be here.
Oh, totally.
Because I've always wanted to come out here and do a show, and it's definitely really good beer, great brewery, great people. The staff here are amazing.
Super cool, knowledgeable. Just overall, very, very cool atmosphere, a lot of fun. And the brewery, where the brewery sits, across is another building where there's different businesses and things. I think there's like a cafe, and then there's like a place that serves food. And then they have a bunch of tables and stuff set up in this alley. It's super cool. You just hang out here. The weather's beautiful right now, nice and sunny.
And
got a nice breeze coming through.
We'll put up some pictures. There might be some B-roll camera footage that I might film when we're done here. But I'm looking out here, and there's like this. So there's it's an industrial park, but it's like the in between, almost like they turned it into like an outdoor kind of festival type location, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, they got the overhead awnings up there, but there's a winery tasting room across the way, Brandon. I don't know if you saw that too. So for the folks that are not beer fans, which you sons of bitches. But if you're a wine lover, you can come here with your beer connoisseur, and they can get beer and you can get wine, and everybody can be happy, and the world is much more peaceful place. But there's a cafe to get food.
That's right. There's French fries over there, and everybody loves French fries. If you don't,
so you're un-American.
Or freedom fries.
Does
anybody ever call them freedom fries?
No, that was just like 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. I forgot that I'm that old.
Yeah, we had them for a while, and I remember even the restaurants were calling them freedom fries for a while, because we did at Burger King.
Oh yeah,
we had freedom fries.
That's wild.
That was crazy.
I'm surprised McDonald's didn't just call them McFries forever.
Just do it. Yeah, go for it.
McFries. They're like, we can name our own stuff, whatever we want, with a Mick in front of it.
Absolutely.
So lightest one,
damn good.
Hella style lager, light bodied, crispy, great malt characteristic, fantastic. A true legend, OG. Next.
Available at the Craft Lounge.
That is correct. And Enegren Brewing, Moorpark.
See how I did that for you, Jimmy?
That was good. You snuck that in real quick. Liked it.
Just for you, my friend. All right.
Now
let's do this next one.
We're going to Czechoslovakia now.
We're going Czech. Shout out to my brother Andrew and his side of the family, the Czech Pils. This is for you.
So Czech style Pilsner. It is, if I pronounce it right, is it Letní Fest?
Letní Fest.
Letní Fest is the name of the beer. If you guys like lager style beers, it literally is one of the top spots.
Okay. All right. Letní Fest.
Letní Fest. Here we go.
All right. While you're drinking that, I'm going to tell you what I think of that. So, first of all, it's very hard for me to beat the lightest one. And I'm still leaning towards the lightest one. But what I like here about Letní Fest, I don't know if maybe you get the same thing, but the dryness of it.
Right.
It just, true to style to a Czech beer, it just gives you that dry, but that full-bodied flavor with the light, I don't know how you would say it, but full-bodied flavor with like just a lightness that it's not very filling.
Sure.
What I'm saying.
Yeah. So the flavor profile from the malt bill does a lot of work, and then the body of the beer, since it's a lager too, you're gonna get a little more of that. I don't want to say transparent, taste, but it's very clean and crisp. Due to in the lagering process, when you're drying the yeast out, when you're fermenting it, it gets to a low gravity, and that perceives that nice crisp flavor. So get a lot of that. Maybe the use of a different malt, that kind of differentiates it from the Hella style lager.
Yeah.
The beauty of these style beers is that they're so different, but there's only like a bit of subtlety to the difference in how they're brewed. Yeah, so that's
the process is a little bit different from every region in Europe,
right?
But they use a lot of the same materials, especially if you go back in the day. That's all that there was to brew with.
And the Czech style Pilsner, what, from my understanding, what I've heard over the years, is that what makes that specific style stand out is the yeast strain. So this is a yeast strain that has been sought out and tried to duplicate like with other styles of yeast strains to make Czech style Pilsners, but it's always back to that Czech style yeast strain that just makes it so the characteristics like so different, and it pops and it's so unique and cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. So what do you think, like overall, like 1 out of 10 on the Letní Fest?
Nice. Can we do 1 out of 10 for lightest one first?
One sip, everybody knows the rules.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I know we need to start. We should have started the rating thing, but that's all right. So if I'm going to do lightest one, I give lightest one on
1 out of 10.
Shit. Okay. On the Helles Lager scale, I give it a. Can we do fractions, or is it just straight up whole numbers?
No, you could use decimal points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.8.
7.8 on the lightest one
That's
from
what I
Mr.
give it.
Brandon Gray, Tons and Kettles.
That's what I give it.
The BeerDad on the lightest one, just because it's so crisp, so delicious. Very good. 8.1.
Nice. Czech style pills, Let Me Fest, I go 7.5 or 7.4.
7.4 on the Czech Pills, the Letny Fest from Brandon. Letny Fest. Let's see. Here we go. Letny Fest. 7.8.
Nice.
So we're close on that one.
Nice.
I've been a little bit heavier. I think a lot of it has to do with actually being here.
I think so too.
It gives me that higher elevation as far as rating a beer. But
Right.
both beers very good. I like the lightest one that much better, just because I crush them all the time, and it's a very familiar flavor and taste for me.
There's sentimental value there.
There
Totally.
is. Yeah, we got a lot of good times
A lot of
drinking the
memories.
lightest one.
Yeah, totally.
Doing the old shotgunning of the old lightest one.
I'll never forget, man. I remember one of the first episodes I was on. I told everybody I was going to shotgun, and the first response out of anybody was Josh, and he was like, "I'll shotgun with you too." I was like, "That's my boy.
Let's
do
fucking
it.
do it.
Let's
That's
do
what
it."
we say. Yeah.
And we started out the show with it, and then we ended the show with it, and then we probably did some more afterwards. And honestly, it's just always a good time, and it just reminds me of the good old days.
Very nice. All right, so we're 2 beers in here. Well, technically more than that because we pre-gamed.
That's right.
But we're going to move to the third one, which is another favorite of the beer dads, the Resenmar Lawnmower beer, which is a great and delicious beverage that Enegren makes here. And like I said, you got to check out the can. Love the can art on there.
The
a
Resenmar.
lot of breweries, have this fandangled, crazy can art, and they're fun. A lot of pop culture references. But what I like about this is the fact that it's so subtle that I didn't see it until it was pointed out to me because I said, I was like, this is the perfect lawnmower beer.
That's right.
And Jimmy says, look at the can. Little damn lawnmowers all over there. And like Chris was telling us earlier, is the barcode is actually being mowed by the lawnmower.
And the translation of Resenmauer, because a lot of people say lawnmower beer. So Resenmauer beer, you think lawnmower beer. So translated in German is actually, what was it? Mowing machine.
Mowing machine.
Mowing machine. He said that's the most German thing that he's ever heard. Mowing machine.
Mowing machine was actually my stage name back in 2002.
The mowing machine.
The mowing machine.
2002. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Back at the old Chippendale days. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't mow. You don't mow anymore.
No more mowing. That's what the married life will do to you.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff doesn't happen, okay?
No.
Hi, beer wife. I love you. I miss you. I had to do it. I had to.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, Jazz. By the way, you and Jasmine attended a concert last night. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's correct. So we were at the Hollywood Palladium. We saw Dance Gavin Dance. It's a fantastic show. Before that, we headed over to the spot in LA, in Chinatown, Highland Park Brewery, and then we cruised over by Homage and had some beers, and then went to the show. We had a great time. We may drink one of the beers that I picked up over there, and it may be a collab with one of our other favorite breweries on the East Coast. So we shall see.
Hint, hint, the plot thickens.
Yeah. I brought 2 so we can shotgun them.
Oh, my word.
Hey, man. We're not driving anymore, so
That's it. That's the end of this.
That's right.
Here we are. All right.
We're
so
stranded here.
we've got some lawnmower beer, Brando. Go give yourself a little sippy.
Resenmauer, the mowing machine.
Also my Chippendale's name.
Yes, that's right. What was my Chippendale name? I can't remember. It's been so long.
The lightest one?
Oh, no, my name was the Walrus. That's what it was.
Soul Walrus.
So it was the Soul Walrus.
That is, and forever will live in infamy.
That's
The
right.
Soul Walrus.
I want them
for
to
sure.
brew. If you guys are listening, Chad and Skylar, if you guys are listening, you should name a beer Soul Walrus something or other. I don't know. Soul Walrus IPA. Soul Walrus slushy sour or something. I don't know, man. Just get creative with it.
Here you go. You ready for this? This is going to blow your mind, Chad and Skylar, so hope you're listening. The tusk of walrus.
Oh, wow. Incorporating that nostalgia there.
I like that a lot.
It's very nice.
I feel like sometimes I come up with these ideas out of nowhere.
I'm glad that you got it on tape. That's fantastic.
And it will live in infamy on the BeerDad and Brewed podcast, available
That's right.
on every single podcast platform, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and apparently Facebook Podcast is coming out soon, so
That's right.
we'll be on there as well.
Also available on VHS.
Yes, but in order,
A-track.
you need to rewind before you turn that back in. You don't want to get that fee from Blockbuster.
Never want to get that fun. Yeah, be kind and rewind. So, and we're on A-track, Laserdisc.
TurboGrafx 16, you can watch us
That's
on
right.
as well.
That's right. ColecoVision.
No, Coleco. Is it Cahelco or Coleco?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Cahelco?
There's a Cahelco Expressway out by us.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're drinking some lawnmower beer. I love this. It's delicious.
Rossenauer. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Enegren, for making a delicious beer that is right in the BeerDad's wheelhouse, because that is so delicious. Perfect for today. What did I say today was like 94 or something like that?
Yeah, it's a little hot to be in this hot pocket here. My Leverwesen is
So literally you
acting
can-
as an oven.
You can be like Batman later, and you can
That's
say, I drink beer in a rubber suit.
I drank beer in a rubber suit.
It really seals in the flavor.
Oh God. Yeah, exactly.
I had to do it. I absolutely had to say it.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot that existed. Was that college humor?
Oh my God, the best. If you want to laugh like that, like let's say you're having a bad day, and you want that deep, like belly, like you're almost like hurting because you're laughing so hard to laugh.
Like a little bit of pee comes out.
Look up college humor bad man skits, and most specifically look up I think it's called sexual humor bad man skit, where he's interacting with Bane and Ra's al Ghul's daughter, because you're in for a treat. We'll just leave it at that.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's really bad, but it's really funny.
It's funny,
though.
yeah. It is funny, yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
So the Rossenauer, I would say So
Where'd he go?
I really like the style. It's
One sip, everybody knows the rules on that first sip.
It's
Where'd
one
he
of
go?
the coolest German styles. So I really like it. Brewed with Mandarin and Bavaria hops. Pretty dope. I give it 7.1.
7-1
That's
on
correct.
the lawnmower beer. Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So that's Tons and Kettles official. One sip, everybody knows the rules on the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. He gave it
That's
a
right.
7-1 on the lawnmower, or the Rossenmeyer beer.
I wish I had some pizza.
Oh, right? We'll call up our good old friend Dave.
Let's get a German pizza in here. Is that such a thing?
There was pizza in Germany. We
Yeah?
saw a Papa John's right down the street from the hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if that qualifies as German pizza.
Do they do like a thinly sliced bratwurst instead of pepperoni?
That would be dope.
That would be bad.
actually.
Hey,
I
that's
would do
actually
that.
kind of cool.
Now, let me
Well,
tell you
anyway.
something about before we drink this next beer. Sweden, they have their own version of pizza. So when I was over in Sweden, we had pizza. There was a little pub there that was near my mom's flat. It was called Al Pacino's. Yes, Al Pacino, that guy. They had Scarface pictures all over the wall.
It was like his place.
No, not really. There was a homage to Al Pacino. So you're thinking it's a pizza place and traditional pizza, but over there in Sweden, what they do with their pizza is it's a very thin, crisp pizza. So if you like thin, crisp pizza, you like it. However, on top of the pizza goes the sauerkraut.
Wow.
So how do you feel about that, Brando? Would you partake in a pizza pie, thinly sliced, with sauerkraut on top?
I'd eat it. I'd try anything though. That's the thing. I like trying different foods and beers and whatnot. I like all that. So I'd try it.
I'm the same way.
sure.
I'm adventurous when it comes to food, and I like to. Hey, if that's what you in this region or in your culture or whatever, however you he did. I'm going to try it and give it a shot.
Right.
And I love sauerkraut, so I thought, this is going to be, it won't be too bad. But then I ended up really liking it, which was weird because some people look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, sauerkraut on your pizza, really, bro? But it's really good. So if you're ever in Sweden, expect that you're going to get, unless you go, they do have Pizza Huts and Papa John's and all that crap over there.
That's wild.
But at local actual restaurants, if you order pizza, they're going to plop a sauerkraut on top.
Nice.
So and then
I'll try it.
any topping you want on there, just like any other pizza. A very light amount of cheese. I had to tell them to up their cheese game for me because
in America we literally throw a shit ton of cheese on everything.
Yeah. I mean, like in Italy, if you order a pizza, there's like those 4 little dots of cheese, and the rest is all pizza sauce.
The Neapolitan style.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
I like it.
It's okay if the crust is crispy enough for me. It's okay, but if I get too much red sauce on there, the old BeerDad gets that old heartburn, and I'm not a big fan of that. So
right.
I prefer more cheese and less red sauce.
Yeah, getting old sucks.
Why you gotta throw me under the bus?
Because I'm old too. Shit, I got all kinds of aches and pains and shit. I'm slipping all the time and falling on my ass.
Oh, speaking of slipping and falling on your ass, quite literally,
God,
you knew this was going to come up, and we're only 45 minutes in, so it eventually had to come up. But let's just say our old friend here, Mr. Tons of Kettles, Brandon Gray, he's walking with a little bit of a limp.
Even more than
more
usual.
so than before. And that's because he tried to do the splits. He thought he was James Brown, and he thought, watch me.
Yeah.
And,
Watch me. Watch me now.
Yeah. It didn't work out so well because he realized that he was extremely white and he can't do the splits.
I tried to do the twist and the mashed potato at the same time. You ever tried that shit?
Oh, that didn't work, did it?
Yeah, no, that's fucking hard. And so I ended up. You tell him. That's funny when you say it.
Watch me. Yeah. All right, so Brandon's at work. Picture this. Brandon's at work. Mr. Tons of Kettles doing his thing, going about his business, trying to move a little quick. And there's a nice puddle of water on the floor that nobody put a wet floor sign down, and Brandon just down he goes, does the splits, and snaps his tibia,
and
right?
Pop goes the fibula.
Fibula. There you go. Yeah.
Right. I ain't fibbling.
No tib fib.
I ain't fibbling.
Yeah.
I've fractured that fibula.
So
so
that's why Brandon's walking with a limp. It's not because
even
of
more
a really bad butt chugging experience.
Right.
It's because
I've been crutching around everywhere. Seriously, it's been gnarly. So crutching and
it is fun to watch, though. I really like watching it.
You're gonna crutch up the butt if you're not careful. He's like, be careful where you sleep. You're gonna wake up.
My God.
Wake up with crutch bum.
That's right.
You guys ever heard of that?
The crutch bump.
You never get crutch bum?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. It's it's a rare disease.
It is. It really is. All right.
Either way, what do you think about one more beer, the Rush and
did I not do? I didn't get my
the
rating.
Ross and
All
beer?
right.
No.
So BeerDad's one taste, one sip. Everybody knows the rules. Rossenar, 7.6.
Nice.
Also, look at the lacing on the beer.
Dude, so you see me touching it, right? So the inside of this scalloped mug here.
Simple glass for beers for dummies.
Right. The inside, so the Oktoberfest was served in this glass. And so when you touch the inside, you see this little bit of lacing. So when I'm touching this, I'm like pushing down on it and moving my finger over the top of it, and it is not moving whatsoever, meaning that the proteins and that leftover, essentially it's foam from the grain is and the CO2, honestly, like insinuating that, that grain making that foam is, sticking so hard that I can't even like smudge it. It's so like thick and awesome. It's so fluffy and fantastic.
Fan-frickin-tastic.
Can you tell I like beer?
We're a little bit of beer geeks here at the old BeerDad and Brewed podcast. We always have been. We're lovers of all kinds of beers. Hell, we'll drink. If you just call it beer, we'll try it.
That's right.
Matter. But we appreciate all the different styles. But the lacing on that is
It's
beautiful.
stupid.
It's something that as a as a beer connoisseur or somebody that just loves beer in general, you can appreciate certain styles of beer. And when you see a beer that produces, first of all, when it's poured, when you see the head on that Oktoberfest and you see the color and in that dimple glass, and then you see the lacing after it's drank, you know a good time was had.
Exactly. And a great time is being had right now because we're drinking beer here. And we're like in the middle of the tap room. We got all these beautiful fermenting vessels. We got the little brew house over here. It's fantastic. We got this cool little was a 3-barrel fermenter that they do all their experimental beers in, and we're going to get to that one in a little bit, so we'll talk about that one. But it's a really, really cool spot. They got nice decorative, like German decorations and things like that, and nice
Also,
merchandise.
Something that I really can appreciate here as far as like humble beginnings. Something that our good friend Jeremiah has done in his tap room. They have their original brewing equipment up front of the tap room that you got to really check out. Really cool, like something that, and I know Josh would appreciate because, Josh made his home brewing equipment, the Spider, and that thing's absolutely insane. And but this equipment, you could tell they took a Craftsman-style toolbox and got to town with some welding and just made a 3-tier system for home brewing, and it's really cool to see.
It is really, really neat, and they have this really cool old-school conical, stainless steel conical with their logo on it. It's just really cool.
Yeah. Definitely going to get some pictures throw up so you guys can see for those that live far away and can't quite make it to Enegren. But anybody in Southern California, or you visit Southern California or in the Los Angeles County area or Ventura County area, you definitely have to come out because, like I said, Enegren is just really, really, they do it right if you like a German-style beer, and just a cool location. You'll love it. So we're going to jump into Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Like I said, every time you take a sip of that, it just makes you want to say Prost. Right?
It makes me want to say schnitzel.
Schnitzel. Kraut.
Schnitzel.
Haxen.
Bratenweiss. Let me get a Bratenweiss.
I don't think that's a thing.
I'm going to make it a thing.
I'm pretty sure that's not real.
Let me get the Bratenweiss. Und
Bratenweiss.
Bratenweisser.
Well,
I'm going to make it a thing.
You're going to make it a thing.
Can you imagine they already have like smoked style beer, so
they do.
Roche beer. So might as well.
Big meat.
Let's make a brat beer. Who knows? It might be good. It might be really terrible,
just
though.
Cook up a bunch of sausages and get the grease and just pour it into the beer.
Oh. Hey, come on. Oh, no, you're good. No, we're doing a podcast. So it's a beer podcast. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Right here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So we just got robbed.
We did. There you go. So we're here drinking beer, and somebody wanted to see what we were doing. They're like, "Why are these guys over here drinking beer?" And
Yeah, they're
talking on
like
the
these
radio?"
goofballs, and the fat one and the small Leverwiesen. Like, what is wrong with him?
I don't think he knows that lederhosen doesn't quite fit, right?
Yeah, you know what? It belonged to my good friend Robert, who was stationed in Germany in the army, and so he lent it to me, and I never gave it back to him. He's a little smaller than I am, so you can imagine it fits a little snug, but you know what I mean. Like it definitely looks cool.
Can I tell you something though?
Yeah.
Over in Munich at the Oktoberfest, because of the availability of said lederhosen, and the hundreds of thousands of people that visit, and the hundreds and thousands, right? The Rock. There you go, Chris. You're welcome.
Yeah, you thought you were home safe, huh?
Yeah, you're like, oh, they're at a German brewery. We're good.
I'm not going to talk about wrestling bullshit. We talked about wrestling on the way here. We were talking about watching luchadors and stuff.
We did, but over there, let me tell you, the lederhosen is extremely tight, and I saw several that were split in the back.
Oh shit! They might have been rentals, you know.
Could have been rentals, or they just bought whatever was on the shelf because it's all picked over by the time you get there. And yeah, there were guys like my size wearing those.
Oh, like one I'm wearing?
Yeah, so
shit.
yeah, they were splitting them left and right. But then there were dudes that like traditional lederhosen, like the ones that are like 5 Gsels for one, handmade from a grandma in some small little village.
So I know this guy was this one that I'm wearing was fairly expensive. I know Rob was telling me. So I have
Feels like real leather.
It is, yeah. So leather. I have the whole get up, like socks, the shoes, the whole 9 yards, the hat and everything. But Rob says, yeah, it was a little expensive, but yeah, he said he wanted a nice one. He's like, you know what, might as well just go all out. So I believe this one is like a northern style of lederhosen.
Yeah.
So I know there's like different styles and different markings and stuff on them. So you can, it's kind of cool. You can tell what region they're from just by how they look.
I love it. Cool. Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest. Did we not make an announcement on our last episode about Oktoberfest?
I think we did. We did, yes, we did on the podcast, and we did on the post-podcast video.
Yes, so the BeerDad and Brewed podcast, if you didn't hear already, we're going to do everything within our power to go to Oktoberfest 2022, which is next year, because this year's Oktoberfest has been kiboshed by the COVIDs. I'm not sure what strain kiboshed this year's, but it's, I don't know, one of the 13 strains.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to next year. Hopefully there is a Oktoberfest 2022. And if not, there's always the old backup of the GABF, Great American Brew Fest, which, by the way, we can attend as media. So we could go there too.
I want to go so bad. I love Denver, and I love the Denver beer scene. So
we might try to do both. I don't know if we can pull that off. That might be a little crazy.
Yeah, it might.
Imagine going to
Great American Beer Festival and
going to Oktoberfest. Like let's say you booked your flights, L.A. to Germany.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest. We record the very first craft beer podcast at Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany, and then we fly back to Denver and attend the GABF as media.
Right.
Because the BeerDad and Brewed podcasts are taken so seriously as the media.
That's right.
We qualify according to their standards.
We have credentials.
Oh, dude, we're going to be like Wayne and Garth with their badges.
Oh, yeah, right. Skip the line.
And then we're going to walk in and, like, I don't know, like the brewer from, what's like one of the biggest breweries in the country?
Let's just throw one out there. Not to give anybody a big head or nothing, but, like, let's say, for example, Treehouse, or let's say, like Russian River or something. All
right, so there is Vinny from Russian River, and we're going to walk in with our badges, and we're going to say, is this cool? Is this cool? And he's gonna give us this story about Milwaukee.
We're going to tell him that we're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
Drop on our knees and start crying. And
that's absolutely what's going to happen.
Probably.
So maybe we'll figure that out. I don't know. It depends on how well our fundraising goes. We'll see if we can figure that out because it's possible.
That'd be bananas.
It'd be bananas, and also the wife will tell us, the beer wife will tell us, we need the milk thistle for the liver because that's a lot of beer.
Milk thistle, huh?
I can't drink it or take it. You might try it. It did something to the BeerDad. I felt really off and really weird when I took milk thistle, but it's supposed to be good for your liver to clear it out and stuff like that. But
fudged you up good, huh?
Yeah, just my chemical balance didn't like it.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not sure.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to make a milk thistle beer now. No, I'm just kidding.
And the BeerDad's dead.
Yeah, right. So
he drinks it because it's beer, no matter if it affects him or not. Yeah, why not?
Milk thistle. And then if you're lactose intolerant, that's bad too because I'll put like lactose. It's like the deadliest beer known to man.
It very well could be.
Milk thistle and lactose and I don't know. What else is... I don't know. Salmonella. I don't know. No, I would... Just kidding. All right. Oktoberfest.
Salmonella beer. I think I had that once in Tijuana.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh, shit. You did tell me about the mitzvah. I would believe any story now.
That is a story for another day on the podcast, but yes, mitzvah tanks.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that.
If you guys are interested in mitzvah tanks, stay tuned.
Mobile mitzvah tanks.
That is the hook that keeps everybody to stay, right?
Yeah. If you've listened this far,
Mobile mitzvah tanks. So bad.
Mitzvah on tour.
Oh.
Oktoberfest.
That's right.
I rate it
Oktoberfest.
8.1.
Tons and Kettles with the 8.1. One sip, everybody knows the rules.
One sip. You getting this, Frankie?
Hey, Frankie. You getting this? What's the other guy? Have you seen the other guy that does the tacos?
No.
So there's a guy, TCOG, Taco OG.
Yeah.
I don't know who was first, Dave or him, because he's got just as many followers as Dave, but he does tacos, and he goes around Southern California eating all the tacos place, one bite, everybody knows the rules. And instead of Frankie, he's got Spider.
Spider?
He goes, hey, Spider, you getting this? It's almost the same routine, so I'm like, who copied who? But I found him after Dave, so I'm going to go with Dave being the OG. From Barstool Sports. Gotta love Dave Portnoy. He entertains myself, my family. I even got my son, 2 years old, Hunter. He'll take a bite of something. He'll tell me, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Does he give it a score?
He hasn't gotten that far yet with it, but if I can get him to do that, like, how awesome would it be to, like, go over to, like, a relative's house, and he's sitting at the dinner table, and he's like, one bite, everybody knows the rules, and he eats it, and he's like, it's like a 4-1.
He's like shits on everybody's food. Like, oh, that's hilarious. That's actually a great little trick, because then you could be like, oh, I don't know, he's just a kid. Like, he just says crazy stuff. Like,
don't mind him. He's just a child.
He just says crazy stuff all the time. But then you're like whispering to him like, this sucks. Like, this doesn't taste good.
Right? Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to drink this old Oktoberfest here. I'm getting text messages from a lot of friends right now, so I'm assuming the Dodgers just beat the Padres, which means they swept them again.
Yeah.
So that's okay. We swept them twice earlier in the year. No big deal. So my thing is like, listen, keep your shit talking up, guys, and that one game wild card might come back and bite you in the ass.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny. I think this is the only time it's just been me and you doing this, and we're both Padre fans, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah. So we can talk this match.
That we don't have to like defend ourselves right now, because typically we're like talking shit across the table,
right?
With Dodger fans, and then the one Angel fan. Shout out Chris.
It takes a lot to be an Angel fan.
Well,
it really does.
You know what though, it takes a lot to be a Padres fan though too. Well,
it does.
Up until now, honestly, we really haven't had a team. So
this has been the best season so far as a Padre fan in my lifetime. Well,
besides that 1998.
98 was a fun run, but I knew we were going to get swept by the Yankees. I just had a feeling.
I remember watching that as a kid, man.
It was bad. But having Tony Gwynn as a player when I was a child was my highlight.
Same here.
Like, literally, like, every game he got a hit, no matter what.
Yeah.
They say that he could strike out like 1,000 times and still have above a 300 batting average.
That's right, because his lifetime was so high.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, he's a hitter. So, definitely missed that, man. But.
No, super legend, for sure. Tony Gwynn, that was a great team. You had Caminetti on there, Trevor Hoffman, Phil Nevin on that team, too. I think Phil Nevin was on that team.
Yeah. Greg Vaughn.
Yeah. Well,
not to be confused with
Mo Vaughn.
Mo Vaughn, or what was the Billy Vaughn from the Wild Thing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Was that from Major League?
Yeah.
I just remember that cardboard cutout of their manager that they had.
He throws in and pops his head off.
Yeah. I think that was the one where they remove a piece of clothing every time they win or something.
Oh, that was their inspiration.
Yeah,
so
right.
So to win, their inspiration was to remove a little bit of wrapping paper off of that cutout, and eventually the owner, it was the lady, the cougar lady,
of the Indians.
And she was exposed, quite literally,
right,
as they won. So gotta love that.
That's right. That's an excellent baseball movie if you guys haven't seen it.
Major League.
What do you think about this Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest from the BeerDad, one sip, everybody knows the rules, is 8-1.
Oh, is that the first? That's the first that we've matched, huh?
Yeah,
nice.
That's right up there with the lightest one for sure.
Shooting from the hip.
But it brings back memories of Oktoberfest in Germany.
That's a good one. It's a good one, baby.
All right, What do we got next?
Moving on to another one of the Craft Lounge favorites, Schwarzbier Nighthawk. Nighthawk Schwarzbier.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Great American Beer Fest winning Nighthawk from Enegren Brewing. I like it.
That's right.
That was a butt trumpet for those that did not know.
If you listened to the last episode, you were familiar with the butt trumpet. So, yeah, 2018 bronze medal winning GABF
2018 bronze medal winning Nighthawk. I'm going to go right in and dive right in. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Dave Portney, cheers.
That's right, that's right. Going in with the butt trumpet assist right there.
Schwarzbier.
Getting some nice smoky notes. Some nice like smoky dark chocolate. All right, enough of that. I'm just going to drink it.
Do it. Do it like your life depended on it. All right, so
one of the coolest styles.
You know what I like
doesn't
to
get
do?
a lot of love.
I love to pair beers with certain types of foods, and sometimes I pull this out of my ass because I'm not a professional at it. But I drink a lot of beer and I eat a lot of food, so sometimes I'm pretty damn good at it.
That's right.
But this beer with a nice smorgasbord of smoked meats.
And cheeses, too, man.
And cheese. Gouda.
And bread.
Some smoked Gouda. Here we go. I'm lining it up right now for you.
All right.
Smoked Gouda.
Mm-hmm.
Smoked brisket.
Yeah.
Smoked sausage. Thinking like a spicy sausage.
Some bratwurst, knockwurst, maybe a spicy Hungarian.
And we're going to do ribs. We're going to throw some ribs in there. But are we Kansas City style or North Carolina style, Brandon? That's the question that everybody wants to know. And the BeerDad says Kansas City style would go great with this.
I say all ribs are welcome.
As long as it's not Adams.
Adams. A little Bible joke there.
A little Bible joke. So, see, sometimes the BeerDad pulls these dad jokes out that just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, we're keeping it clean. I remember we said that we're going to be good boys.
Butt chug's only been mentioned 7 times on this episode.
Only 7, okay. And butt trumpet has been mentioned now 3 times, I think.
Only 3, right? Absolutely.
I don't think the kind people of the Enegren Tap Room have ever heard butt trumpets before.
Probably not. That's for another episode. That's Enegren Dark.
That's right.
When everybody's gone, they close the lights and they do like
Moorpark After Dark. That's what I would call it.
Moorpark After Dark, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. And actually, you know what? Everybody has heard a butt trumpet once in their life.
I don't know why, but that makes me laugh.
It's a funny thing. You know what makes me laugh every time you say it? Tickled porpoise.
Weren't we going to make a T-shirt?
Yeah, dude.
We still got to do that.
No, seriously, I think it's a great idea.
The tickled porpoise.
I think I need to brew a beer, and we'll call it the tickled porpoise. What style would the tickled porpoise be?
That's a good question, Brandon. I'm glad you asked it because I have an answer for you. The tickled porpoise. I'm thinking like a tickled porpoise. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm thinking let's go a wheat ale.
Okay.
Yeah, tickled porpoise.
The wheat. Okay, just like an American style wheat beer, or.
Yeah, we're gonna go wheat ale, but we're gonna also add. I don't know why this reminds me of tickled porpoises, but a lot of people do a wheat ale and they add orange.
Okay.
But I want to do grapefruit.
Okay.
A grapefruit wheat ale is going to be tickled porpoise because grapefruit makes me think of porpoises that are getting tickled.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Well, I was going to ask. I was like, what kind of citrus do porpoises enjoy? I don't know.
Have you ever been to SeaWorld or watched a nature documentary where like fishermen throw like a ball into the water with all the dolphins?
Yeah.
And they just play with it. They love it.
Yeah, but they're super into fish. So
well, they're not going to eat it. They're going to play with it.
Well, yeah, that's right. But
they're going to tickle themselves. Tickled porpoise. See what the BeerDad did there?
Oh God, that was. You know what? I haven't heard that like used in that context in so long. Like I'm tickled. Like I'm just having a great time. I'm just being tickled. Like some people.
That was like the worst dolphin impression I've ever
Some
heard.
people hate being tickled, so I guess it's all, it's all, it's all subjective. It's whatever you're into.
Absolutely.
Some people, can't be tickled. They just don't feel it. They don't.
As long as it's not the old balloon knot that's getting tickled, right?
Oh my god. I was worried about me saying crazy stuff. You're over here talking about balloon knots. But you know what? Every once in a while, the balloon knot needs to be thrown around.
There's a reason why there's a check mark at the bottom of our podcast that says this is for exclusively 21 and over.
That's right. Because if you could drink a beer, then you can,
talk about balloon
talk
knots.
about balloon knots and tickled porpoises and butt trumpets and all the other stuff that we commonly discuss. So yeah, tickled porpoise. All right. So grapefruit. So yeah, okay. So grapefruit zest in a American style wheat beer.
I like where you're going. So I'm not just the zest. I want to do some juice and the zest.
Okay, I can do that.
So, because what I like about grapefruit, and now I know some hops can provide that grapefruit flavor. We might use them, but what I like about grapefruit is the fact that it actually brings out the flavor in beer. And one time I proved this theory is because I know that hops bring on the grapefruit flavor. I love the flavor of grapefruit. I took what was that thing? It was a beaver. It was either Belching Beaver or Ballast Point. I can't remember which one it was, but it was just it was an ale, and nothing crazy. But I added about maybe a splash of grape juice to it, and it was amazing.
Nice.
So I think we might be onto something. Tickled porpoise.
The tickled porpoise. For some reason, I know they're sharks, but you know those gummies, the blue and white ones? They're sharks.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Cerebral and WeldWorks made a beer. I don't know if it was with those, but it was called You Can't Do That with IPA, or You Can't Do That to IPA.
I think I remember that. You brought it.
Yeah, it was like green, you remember?
Yeah.
And so it was dry hopped with, or at some point they added watermelon gummies. I don't know if it was like if they were just like generic ones that weren't sour, but I don't know, or if they used
like Sour Patch Kids,
or if they used
like
the
that?
Sour Patch ones. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but if anything, we could try our hardest to find porpoise gummies, and we can dry hop this beer with porpoise gummies.
I don't think they make porpoise gummies. I think that's frowned upon.
I'm gonna find some porpoise. What, sharks are okay?
You got to watch out for the bumblefish tuna too.
Bumblebee tuna.
That's it. Bumblefish, bumblebee.
Your balls are showing.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hey, good thing we're on a Zoom meeting right now.
That's right.
Just kidding. We're out in public, and Justin doesn't have pants on.
I thought that was the standard here in Moorpark.
I'm wearing a Leverwesen, and Justin's pants.
Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. So
Yeah,
there
it's
you
a
go.
good time.
All right, so
We're having a
Valkyrie.
blast here.
No, Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
There we go. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Brandon, Tons and Kettles, Nighthawk.
That was like 3 sips, but don't tell.
Don't tell Dave.
Don't tell the listeners.
Well, he always takes
I'm
like
telling the
12
listeners,
bites, and he always says one bite. Everyone knows
That's
the
true. I
rules.
think that's the shtick of it all, huh? So I like this style. Schwarzbier is very cool. I would say, son of a mother, put me on the spot. 7.7.
7.7 on the Nighthawk. Great American Beer Fest winning Nighthawk Enegren Brewing. The BeerDad. One sip, everybody knows the rules.
What you got?
7.2.
Fantastic. What do you like about it?
Like I said, to me it's a pairing beer. It really is. It's not necessarily up my wheelhouse, which is funny because I love porters. But it's definitely not a porter, but it looks like one. Schwarzbier. But I like the flavors that it brings out. It gives you that kind of smoky, like barbecue taste.
Right. Yeah, I like it too. The specialty malts used kind of insinuate that malt characteristic. Very, very cool. That nice smoky, roasty, dark chocolate kind of black coffee-esque kind of flavor going on there. Really, really cool. But light and sessionable too. Like you can throw it back. If you're a
Light
dark,
and
if
sessionable,
you
I like that.
if you're a dark beer drinker, you can throw them back during this kind of weather. You know what I mean? It's very crispy.
That is why one of my favorite beers is the black lager.
Oh yeah,
Because
That's a great style.
because I'm a porter fan, but when it's hot as balls like it is today, like right now the back of my leg's getting burnt to shit.
Oh,
But it is
that is correct.
It's hot, right? And so I'm thinking to myself like I need something that's refreshing, but I like the taste of a porter. So black lager is a good go-to for that.
yeah, black lager is really good. I really like the one that Babes in the Desert does, the Blackfin.
Dang, good job. Shout out to Juan out at Babe's Brewing. Blackfin lager is very, very tasty.
All right, we're gonna round this out.
Let's do it. The last beer of the show,
Not the last.
maybe the last.
It's never the last.
The Brew Crew. What is the Brew Crew? What are we about to drink?
Brew Crew Special is so it's a Simcoe hopped pale ale that I gave you guys a little bit of a description on earlier. So Simcoe hopped, mainly utilizing the boil. Nice, crisp, cool Simcoe hops coming through in this bad boy here.
Okay.
Well, we got. Can't see the board. Can you see? Can you see the board? Can you make out the IPA or the IPA, the ABV?
You know, that's a good question, Brandon, and I like to tell you that that's a private question, and I'm not going to be able to answer that only because I'm old and I can't see.
We can't see shit. We're like literally like not even like 15 feet away from it.
I told you I'm old and I can't see. I mean, I was serious.
Well, that's okay. It's okay not to be able to see. Well, actually, it's not. It's not a good thing to not be able to see. We should get that checked out.
Well, you know, the last driver's license I got, the lady at the DMV told me, yeah, next time you come in, you're going to need glasses.
I think I see 4.8.
4.8, that's about right. I squinted hard trying to pass that test. Let's just say that. Let me finish this.
All right.
All right.
Brew Crew,
Brew Crew.
which is a rotating beer that they do.
Shout
on
out to
a small
Party of
system.
Two Brew Crew, one of our followers on Instagram who puts up some amazing craft beer content. Has been doing a lot of beer festivals and stuff like that. What's up, brother? Hotlanta based, Georgia. I love it. All right, Brew Crew, here we go. Simcoe Forward. Right up your alley, Brandon.
Yeah. For all you hop heads that still like the traditional styles, it's like right there.
All right, here's going to be my BeerDad Beers for Dummies explanation of this beer, or description of this beer. This is like, for like you said, the hop heads, those IPA lovers that, you know, don't get me wrong, you love your IPA, you love your hoppy, bitter bite. However, those are usually big beers and they sit pretty hard on you. This beer is nice and light and crisp and refreshing with that hop-forward flavor. So if you're looking to get that IPA flavor with not a lot of the, bloat,
Right.
you go for this. I mean, that's my best description.
You could throw it back like your everyday drinker, you know, and not worry about, getting all fudged up.
So let's call it like almost like a session IPA, but not an IPA.
The pale ale. Yeah. It's kind of like an old school, I don't know what you call it, maybe like, I think it's like more like American style IPA with like a German twist on it, I guess. Maybe that's a good way of putting it. I don't know.
The German twist. Is that kind of like the German polka?
I think it might be. Actually, I was trying to do the German twist when I popped my leg.
The German twist.
Yes. German twist while with the tickled porpoise. It's like it's like when they're describing terms like in the Olympics when they do like specific like jumps and when they're doing like dives and stuff like that. They do like the the Mick twist with the I don't know, that's not the right term, but anyway. Those skateboarding terms. But anyway, but so like if someone was doing commentary when I busted my leg, they'd be like, you did a tickle porpoise and transition into the whatever. I don't know.
What would you have done if when you did that and there's a patient laying in the bed, they just held up a sign that said like 9.
Sorry. If they scored it, yeah, that'd be really funny actually. If they were like, you could have done better. Like they're like criticizing the shit out of my fall. Like,
One,
I've
ready?
done better.
One split. Everybody knows the rules.
They rate the pop. They're like, oh,
I'm sorry, but guys are not made to do the splits.
No.
It's just when you see it, it's very unnatural, and you got to think to yourself, the boys do not appreciate it.
I got a thick thigh. I got one thick thigh. No, I have thick thighs and a booty. So I hit hard.
Like I said, it's not just that. I mean, it's
Right. All the lowers.
the junk.
All the
down
lowers.
there.
Yeah, I know.
That is not fun.
Oh man. Okay. I'm pretty sure that everyone's sick of hearing about my boys and the down belows and all the snap, crackles, and pops. Let's get to this.
He's old, ladies and gentlemen.
The Brew Crew Special. I would say that I really enjoy this. What do you think?
One sip, everybody knows the rules, Brandon. What are you going to do for us here on this Brew Crew Special?
What am I going to do? I'm going to drink some more and then tell you.
Drink and tell us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you rate the Brew Crew Special?
So the Brew Crew Special, I thoroughly enjoy this. I really love pale ales. American styles, English styles, whatever. I just enjoy the style. I think it's a really, really like standalone, like kind of like all around, very universal, cool style that I think touches all bases. So with that being said, and we're talking about how I really love Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I really love this style. So I actually rate this pretty freaking high. I rate it as a 8.0. Right behind Oktoberfest.
8.0. I like that.
That's it.
Okay. I can feel it.
What you got?
Seven, 9.
Nice. I think I think that's fair. I think honestly, I don't really think that we're like hyping these up. I think they're just really, really good beers. I don't think we're like blowing smoke because we're here.
No, can I say something? Because we're not here with the owner. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today. Totally understandable. We've been talking. He's got a new kiddo, and but the hospitality here, the crew here is amazing. So we appreciate letting us hang out.
Yeah, do this.
But so no, like you said, no blowing smoke. It's just that Enegren does everything right. They make everything as true to style as they can.
Right.
And the beers just they hit every time you drink a beer here. It hits really well. There's no bitter beer taste after the fact. They rinse clean.
Mm-hmm.
You pour the beers. I mean, the translucency of these beers, the clean and crispness of every single beer that you saw on this flight. And you guys will see pictures. They just do such an amazing job with how they brew here. And it's not a huge brewery by any means. I mean, it's not small, but it's not huge, but it's clean. Mm-hmm. They keep a very clean, tight ship here, and they know what they're doing.
No, totally.
And they've been in business for a while, right?
Yeah, they just celebrated 10 years.
Shout out to Enegren and happy 10-year anniversary. In fact, if you want to come down here right now, you can still partake in the Zen Fest.
That's correct.
Which is their 10-year anniversary. It's a lager, right?
It's a blend of a fest beer. I believe it's a fest beer and a Pils. Don't quote me, but I know it's a blend of a fest beer and one other style. And so they did that for their 10th anniversary. And it is fantastic.
It is on tap and also available in limited stock at the Craft Lounge, Beaumont, California. Our sponsors, Jimmy.
That's correct.
Hook them up with the Enegrens when they come in and say, hey, I heard on the BeerDad and Brew podcast that you have some Zenfest hiding in the back.
That's right.
Even the fellas here at Old Enegren can't get their hands on any more Zenfest cans.
Yeah. So, when you go there and you buy one, you have to shotgun it. Says me.
You had to buy 2. One to take home and to enjoy, and one to shotgun on the spot. That's videotape right. Yourself and tag BeerDad and Brew podcast. Oh,
man. If we're making that a thing, just be careful and be responsible, okay? I want to let everybody know to drink responsible, but also have a good time, but stay safe.
Absolutely. Well, Brew Crew, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been delicious.
It's been fantastic.
It's been an amazing
Beautiful
experience
day.
here at the Enegren Brewing. Going to get some video, some pictures, and throw it up and do a little hype for this episode. And I hope you guys enjoy it and enjoy the beers. And definitely come down to Enegren Brewing in Moorpark, California. Tell them the BeerDad and Brew podcast sent you.
That's right.
And just enjoy. I mean, here's what I like to do when I go to brew. Start with a flight. And then from the flight, you go to pints.
Yes.
What you like the best. Or in this case, you get your nice mugs here. They got a mug club here, or a Stein club as they
Stein
call
Club,
it. But definitely come check out Enegren Brewing, Moorpark, California. In between, I'm going to get this wrong again. In between Pasadena and Ventura off the 118 freeway, Moorpark, California, Enegren Brewing.
Yes.
You guys rock. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the hospitality.
Cheers.
With that being said,
Prost.
Cheers, Prost. Be kind to each other. You know, like I always tell you got to be kind and make this world a better place. Drink beer, share beer, and be kind to each other. And with that being said, Grandma, what the hell is going on?
They also practice by drinking the urine of a ram.
The what?
They drink ram's piss.
Because of the pH balance?
No, because if you can drink ram's piss, fuck, you can drink almost anything.
She said fuck.
What is the malted liquor? What gets you drunk or quicker? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer. Can't get enough of it. Beer. How we really love it. Beer. Makes me think I'm a man. Beer. I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Beer. My belly after here. Beer. I could not refuse it. I could really use a beer. 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 I can't remember how much I have had. I drank a 12-pack with my dad.